You wake up in the middle of the night with searing stomach pain. At first you think it's heartburn, but then you notice something worse. Your wrists ache, your legs cramp, and you can't shake the bone-deep fatigue. You're not sick with a new disease. You're not catching a virus. It's coming from the very pill you take every morning to stop the burn in your chest. That pill is Prilosec, also known as pantoprazole, one of the most widely used acid blockers in the world. Prilosec and other proton pump inhibitors are prescribed for acid reflux, ulcers, and stomach protection. Millions take them daily, often for months or years. On the surface, they seem harmless. Block stomach acid, stop the burn. But here's the medical mystery. Stomach acid exists for a reason. And when you suppress it long-term, the consequences can ripple through your entire body. Most patients are told these pills are safe, simple, and fine to take indefinitely. The truth? Long-term use carries risks most doctors barely mention. This is Medical Mysteries. And today, we're exposing the 10 hidden truths about Prilosec your doctor may never tell you. And just so we're clear, this is educational, not medical advice. Never start, stop, or change medications without your doctor's guidance. Now, let's begin with the first truth. Truth number 1. Prilosec was never designed to be a forever drug. Proton pump inhibitors like pantoprazole were meant for short-term use, a few weeks, maybe a couple of months. They're powerful, shutting down the acid pumps in your stomach almost completely. But here's the truth. Millions of people are left on these pills for years, sometimes decades. Why? Because doctors keep refilling them, and no one reevaluates whether you still need it. The result? Long-term acid suppression that can quietly change your body in ways you never expected. And the first signs often show up in your bones. Truth number 2. Prilosec can silently make your bones weaker. Stomach acid isn't just for digestion, it helps your body absorb calcium. Without it, your bones don't get the minerals they need, and over time, they become more fragile. Studies have linked long-term PPI use to a higher risk of fractures, especially in the hips and spine. Here is the catch. Most patients are never warned. They're told their reflux is under control, but no one mentions that the very pill helping their stomach could be setting them up for broken bones later. And if your skeleton isn't safe, what about your brain? That's where the next truth comes in. Truth number 3. Prilosec can cloud your brain. Here's how. Long-term acid suppression can lead to vitamin B12 deficiency. Without enough B12, nerves misfire, memory slips, and thinking becomes sluggish. In severe cases, it can even mimic dementia. The mystery? Patients often chalk it up to getting older, not realizing the pill they've been taking for heartburn is starving their brain of a critical nutrient. And by the time the deficiency is caught, damage can already be permanent. If you thought bone loss was bad, imagine losing your memory from a pill you thought was harmless. But the brain isn't the only system at risk. The next truth takes us to your gut itself. Truth number 4. Prilosec doesn't just block acid, it blocks one of your body's first lines of defense. Stomach acid kills bacteria before they reach your intestines. Shut that acid down, and suddenly infections like C. difficile have an open door. This infection can cause severe diarrhea, dehydration, and even death. And it's not just rare cases. Research shows PPI users have a significantly higher risk of these infections, especially in hospitals and nursing homes. Doctors don't frame it this way, but the truth is simple. Prilosec can turn your gut from a fortress into a welcome mat for dangerous microbes. And if that wasn't disturbing enough, the next truth reveals how this drug can slowly drain the very minerals your body needs to survive. Truth number 5. Prilosec can quietly strip your body of magnesium. Magnesium is essential for muscle function, nerve health, and heart rhythm, but long-term use of PPIs can block its absorption. Over time, levels drop dangerously low. The symptoms creep in slowly. Cramps, tremors, irregular heartbeats, seizures in severe cases. Many patients go from doctor to doctor, never realizing their heartburn pill is the culprit. And here's the kicker. Even supplements often don't fix it because the drug keeps blocking absorption. Magnesium deficiency is one of the most under-discussed risks of Prilosec, and it can be life-threatening. And as if draining your minerals wasn't enough, the next truth shows how it can also interfere with the medications you rely on. Truth number 6. Prilosec can clash with other medications in ways that turn deadly. It can reduce the effectiveness of drugs like clopidogrel, a blood thinner prescribed after heart attacks, and stents. If Prilosec blunts its action, your risk of blood clots and heart attack can rise again, the very thing your cardiologist is trying to prevent. It can also interfere with certain antivirals, antifungals, and seizure medications, throwing off their levels in your body. The danger? Patients are rarely told about these interactions, and prescriptions pile up unchecked. One pill meant to protect your stomach can quietly undo the life-saving power of another. And if that sounds reckless, the next truth reveals how the rebound effect traps millions into taking Prilosec longer than they ever should. Truth number 7. Prilosec can trap you in a vicious cycle. Here is how it works. When you block stomach acid for a long time, your body fights back by producing more acid pumps. The moment you stop the drug, acid floods back stronger than before. Patients think, I'm worse without it. I must need this pill forever. In reality, it's withdrawal, a rebound effect created by the drug itself. This keeps millions locked into long-term use, not because they can't live without it, but because no one told them what would happen if they tried to stop. And while the rebound trap is frustrating, the next truth shows how this pill can ripple into something far more dangerous: your heart. Truth number 8. Long-term Prilosec use has been linked to serious heart risks. Studies suggest that PPIs may increase the risk of heart attacks and heart failure, especially in people with existing heart disease. The exact mechanism isn't fully clear, but some research points to effects on blood vessel lining and magnesium depletion. Doctors rarely mention this when they prescribe it. Instead, patients assume they're only protecting their stomach. Meanwhile, the drug may be quietly straining their most vital organ. The truth? Prilosec isn't just about your stomach, it's about your entire cardiovascular system. And if that doesn't sound unsettling, the next truth will, because it reveals how even your kidneys are at risk. Truth number 9. Prilosec can harm your kidneys. Research shows long-term PPI use is linked to chronic kidney disease and even sudden kidney inflammation, called interstitial nephritis. The danger is that symptoms, fatigue, swelling, nausea, can be so vague that patients and doctors miss the connection. By the time kidney damage is detected, it may already be irreversible. And all from a pill you thought was just calming your heartburn. Doctors don't usually warn patients about this risk up front, but kidney disease is one of the most devastating complications hidden behind long-term Prilosec use. And if that wasn't enough, the final truth flips the script. Because not everyone needs to stay on this drug forever. Truth number 10. Prilosec isn't always a life sentence. For many patients, lifestyle changes, weight loss, diet adjustments, avoiding late-night meals can reduce or even eliminate reflux. Others may need only short-term treatment or a step down to milder medications like H2 blockers. The hidden truth? Millions stay on Prilosec year after year, not because they must, but because no one ever reevaluates their prescription. Pills keep getting refilled, and patients assume it's permanent. In reality, with proper guidance, some can taper off safely and never look back. But without that conversation, they're left chained to a drug they may not actually need. So what have we uncovered? Prilosec may look like a harmless acid blocker, but it's far more than that. From weakened bones and brain fog to infections, mineral depletion, heart and kidney risks, this is not a drug to take lightly. Most patients are told it's safe, simple, and fine for years. But the truth is, long-term use carries hidden dangers your doctor may never explain. That silence isn't an accident. It's the system, rushed visits, incomplete warnings, and an expectation that you'll keep taking the pill without question. But medical mysteries exist to break that silence, to uncover the truths about the medications millions depend on every day. Have you or someone you know taken Prilosec or another PPI? What was your experience? Share it in the comments. Your story could help someone else. And if you found this video helpful, hit like, save, share, and subscribe for more medical mysteries, because the more you know, the safer you are.